Like they're my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight, the home of unfiltered conversations. This is where real talk is what we do, and I was still dancing to the music.
All right, so Donna is still dancing to the music. Are you still in Jamaica, Donna?
It feels like it.
So I'm Dr. Laxley, and we are your moderators. And Donna, what do we have in store for our listeners, for our audience tonight?
Well, we definitely have something that is actually hot on the press that is coming up in September.
Hot on the press.
Hot on the press, yes.
So it's on the press right now. It's going to come off the press in September.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about that. And we have some other things happening. But tell me about Jamaica. How was Jamaica for you? You know, you went there, you spent some time there. Almost 2 weeks.
But kind of, sort of, right? A little bit over a week. But it seemed like it went by so fast. It was so busy and so much was happening. But it was great. It was great to be home. Definitely needed more time to visit friends and more family and spend more time with family and all that good stuff. But it was wonderful because I also got an opportunity to meet extended family members that I've only heard of. But I was actually, so that was, definitely a great moment to spend time with family. And it was definitely quite warm, I must say. But best of all, I got to go to the beach. I went to the beach.
How often do you go to the beach? How many times?
I have not been to the beach in over a decade.
Oh wow! So you had a good time. You had a real good time in Jamaica,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I know you must be going back real soon, right?
That is my intention.
That's your
You
intention.
know, from this visit, I definitely learned that I need to visit home more often.
And where exactly is home in Jamaica?
Oh my gosh, so several places. So of course, I was born in Portland, in the parish of Portland. So there is, definitely a part of home. But then I grew up in St. Catherine, and so that's home. St. Catherine pretty much that is home for me. So going back there is definitely take me back
Mhm.
to my childhood days.
And we should say that we're doing something in Jamaica. We're having our Global Humanity Network, or a sister organization or a nonprofit organization. We
Mhm.
are sourcing water tanks, those black 1,000-gallon water tanks, and we're going to be providing those for different schools in Jamaica, maybe up to 5 schools.
Up to 5 schools.
Yeah, we'll be providing those. So that may be another reason for you to go back to Jamaica.
Yeah, definitely another reason. Yeah, come on, y'all. We need a donation.
If I know you, and I believe I do, you're going to be selecting a school from Portland to be a recipient of these things from where you're from, of course. Just like I'm from Westmoreland, Jamaica, and more specifically Little London, so I'm pretty sure that school in Westmoreland will be on the list as well.
Yes,
So awesome stuff. Jamaica was nice, and you're going back.
I'm
You
going
go-
back.
Awesome. So what else is happening in a Collision with Purpose world? What else is happening?
So of course, we're we're still in the planning stages of our colloquium for 2025. So that will be coming up in February 24th, specifically at Shiloh High School in 2025. So definitely working out the details for that event. If you were not there in our first year, you definitely want to be there. Next year, it will be a little bit different.
Mm.
But yes, so I'm not going to spill the beans on how different it's going to be. But if you weren't there this year, it will be a surprise for 2025. So you'll want to be there for 2025. So make sure you get your tickets. Tickets are on sale currently. So
Mhm.
just jump on our website at collisionwithpurpose.com and secure your seat and get your tickets so that you can be at Shiloh High School next year to have some fun with
And interestingly, our guest today, the book that we launched at our 2024 colloquium was A Collision with Purpose in Pursuit of Purpose, and today's
Mhm.
guest was a collaborator in that book. So
Yes.
we'll hear from her tonight, and she's going to be talking about the book, some of the book, and all the wonderful things she's doing in Jamaica. So we won't give that away either, because I wanted you to give her the appropriate introduction,
Mhm.
so we can get into her story. And what a story! What a story! So we're looking forward to that. And she's
Right.
quite a speaker, by the way. Very passionate about her work. About her
Awesome.
work. Very passionate. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get her up and running. But you said something was going to happen in September, and it's it's about to go on sale for pre-order. I just want to give a quick look. That is it right there.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. Daily Insights Unveil, a personal odyssey to find purpose. And what
Mhm.
is in this book? Why is this book important?
So, I think the book is important because it's going to give you a lot of snippets and great information on your daily walk, right? On the things that you're doing on a daily basis. And, motivational um, quotes as well to help you to kind of really guide you on that purpose path. to discover your purpose. And to help you, to really find your purpose so that you can start walking in that purpose. And I think that's kind of, where daily insights come in. But of course, definitely you can, go ahead and give more.
Right. So along with the motivational and inspirational piece, it will also bring you solutions. As this book will point out certain things that we don't do as well as things that we should be doing. And then it will bring you to the place where, hey, here are some options. Here's a better way to look at things. Here's a better way to pursue, your purpose. And what I believe that this book is really going to set the standard. It's a compilation of daily talks that I do. And we have divided them up into different categories, and I'm not going to say much more about it, but I will tell you this much. This is a must-read situation. Every facet, every aspect of your situation, your life is covered in this book. You can pretty much just open the book and you're going to land somewhere where you need to be.
Right.
It is the kind of book that this will be. Just open it, wherever you land, just read and read and read, and you'll find that you're in the right place. Almost always in the right place. So something to look forward to. It's coming up. And another big thing that is coming up is Today with Donna. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So Today with Donna, it's basically where, I'll be having conversations with individuals in reference to where they are in their life and how they got there. And just kind of like having that, it's going to be a combination of like fireside conversation with individuals, in reference to where they are in their life, how they got to where they are, if it's where they want to be. And if it's not, what can they change, what they want to change. And then, in conversations with, just ordinary individuals, that's on the streets. So I'll be doing some of those, where I'll just have those candid conversations with individuals on the streets who are willing to have a conversation with me, of course, as to where they are in their life and how they got there. Because I find that a lot of times, just in speaking to some individuals, it's almost as though they're in a place in their life, not necessarily where they were intentional, but because of circumstances or environmental influences, they may be at a place or doing things that they may not have desired. And sometimes you find that it's almost like they don't know anything else, even though they may have wanted to do something different with their lives. So, just having those conversations, and hopefully it will kind of inspire other people to think about where they are and know that it is never too late to change your course. If it's not suiting you, right? If it's not where you want to be, it's never too late to redirect your path. So, and that's what really Today with Donna is going to be about.
And that is so true. How did you get here? And, so many of us, I'm looking forward to this program that you're going to be starting when?
By June.
By June?
Yes.
By June is not too far from now. Just a few, not too far. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to be highlighted in this program as well, because I would truly like to talk about how did I get to this platform? Is what I would talk about. Because this is where I am right now, right? How did you get here? So, and it's a path, right? It's a journey. We all embark, and so we're good to share our stories, and we share our stories not because we want to just talk about ourselves, but we believe we can make a difference.
Yes.
In someone's life, if we share something about us that may just resonate with one person and may give them the answer they're searching for, right? And that is why we talk about things, not so much to put ourselves out there, but because we know that when we share, we're offering information that can probably mend some broken parts, and that's what life is all about, right? That's what a collision with purpose is about. is about providing a platform for individuals, for families, for whomever and whatever needs to come on and share their story with the intent that they will make a difference somewhere down the road, right? So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what's happening. That's what's happening. We have daily insights coming out, and maybe it's a good time to take a quick break because I'm eager to bring on our special guests for the evening. So let's take a quick break. What should we play on the break?
Oh, you had a snippet for Daily Insight.
You want to play that? Play my song?
Yeah.
By the way, I should tell everyone that you're the one singing in this song. So let me bring it up. We're going to stay on stage while we play it, okay?
Okay, sure.
Right, let's get it going again. Well, I had a technical difficulty there, lost the volume.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, right?
It started and then I don't know what happened.
Wake up to the morning.
Here we go.
Page, fresh sight, cup of wisdom, and hands sparking that light. Dr. Laxley, our guide, with tales to tell, unearthing secrets where the truths dwell. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's gaze, navigating the depths of wisdom's maze. Knowledge unfolds in its embrace. We stay with Dr. Laxley leading the way. Through the annals of time, we walk and learn, each fact a treasure at every turn. Dr. Stephenson's voice, calm and profound, where questions meet answers, insights are found. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's gaze, navigating the depths of wisdom's maze. Knowledge unfolds in its embrace. We stay with Dr. Laxley leading the way. So raise a toast to those who inspire. With Dr. Laxley we never tire. Daily insights where we all unite, under the banner of insights like we got.
Right. All right. So that was Daily Insights. That's the song. And I should say that Donna is a beautiful voice you're hearing in that song. All right. So Donna, I think this is the ideal opportunity, the moment that we've been waiting for. Can you do the honors of bringing on our special guest tonight?
Sure, absolutely. Well, it is my honor, and I actually had the opportunity before I bring her on. Let me just say, I had the honor to meet her in person when I was in Jamaica. So I feel really honored and special to have met her. But our special guest tonight is none other than Miss Romaine McNeil, and she is a visual artist, and she's the CEO and owner of RomaineCreates. And let me tell you, her artwork, it's very, very, very special. And I can't wait for her to tell us all about her work and what inspired her to do all this wonderful work. And she does have her studio in Jamaica, guys. So if you're in Jamaica, you definitely need to visit her.
All right. That's awesome. So let's bring her on with our In the Spotlight drum roll. Can we do that?
Yes. Drum roll.
And there she is.
Hi, good evening, guys. Thank you for having me.
Good evening, Miss Romaine. How are you?
I'm good. I was just kind of replaying the song that Donna was singing in my head. So,
I tell you what, we'll play it again while you're on screen. As we go on tonight, we'll play it again. Yeah.
lovely, lovely. I mean, so much talent. We need to get a band together. We're wasting time.
You
Oh,
know, Donna, you know what's interesting? This Romaine is also a musician.
oh, look here. Nice.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I love playing instruments, but I'm not, I don't have the stage presence that Dr. Laxley has. I'm more of a studio person.
Well, you spend a lot of time in the studio. Something tells me that you're in the studio right now.
Really, what? I wonder what. What
Wonder-
made me
I
think
wonder.
You're in the studio right now.
I am
So,
always in
Romaine,
the studio.
it,
Always. Even if I'm not working, I have to be here.
you hang out in the studio, right? What a
Yeah,
great place to be, right?
it is. It is. Truly
Get
is.
lost in the studio. Mm, I love it. I love it. So Donna, you had the man. I've been having conversation talking to Romaine now for over a year, almost 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah.
Yet to meet her in person.
I don't know. Yeah.
And Donna, you met her. How did you do that?
Yes.
I got to meet her. I just didn't make it to the studio. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. On your next trip for sure.
I
I
just.
know you will come. It was a short trip and I understand.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes, yes, it was indeed. So Romaine, just
Mhm.
I know Donna introduced you. One thing I know, one of your tagline is "I have substance."
Yes.
What is that all
Yes.
about? What is that all about?
When you talk about somebody having substance, it's really that intrinsic value. It's really that adds to their character, that makes them, it's integrity, it's their honesty. And I try to be very honest because I think as a creative, if you're not honest, the work doesn't come out right, And so the substance for me also pushes me to create the kind of work that I create. Because if I didn't have the substance and I couldn't put it out there for people to see it, I couldn't put it in my work, And so when you have substance, when you have that value, that moral value, when you have that integrity and that honesty with yourself, then you can share it with the world in a profound way. And I think that for me, that's what it is.
I have substance. You said something to me. I think it was a couple of weeks ago,
Hmm.
and we're having a conversation. And by the way, so Romaine is in the book A Collision with Purpose in Pursuit of Purpose. She's one of the collaborators. She's on page 161. And
Yes.
a powerful story. A powerful story. Really recommend that you get this book and read it, and you will learn so much more about Romaine's story, right? But we were having a conversation, and this is to tell you that you will be in the other book as well, because you
Wow.
inspired you Daily Insights. We were having a conversation, and I asked you a question, and you told me that you were thriving in survival mode. And I
Yes,
thought it
I'm
was
I'm
so
thriving
interesting.
in survival mode.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You want
Yes.
to talk a little bit about that?
Um, I think for the majority of the people, and I think for the majority of the time, that is what we do. We're in survival mode. Um, and I say I'm thriving because I'm basically staying above water when you're thriving. But the
Mhm.
survival mode part isn't the most healthy, and that's the honest. That's the truth. If you're constantly running in survival mode, you're gonna burn yourself out.
Mhm.
And I think for me, I am able to thrive because I've learned how to balance being in survival mode and be productive and not overwhelm myself with life and with work and with, there's just so much that goes on. And if you don't filter some of the stuff that you're exposed to, then you're gonna burn yourself out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I am thriving in survival mode because I've learned how to balance.
Mm.
Yes.
So having that conversation again, the book Daily Insights, A Personal Odyssey, Find Purpose.
Mhm.
That's one of the story that is in this book. So you're in book
Lovely.
as inspiring that's that story because that came to me from a conversation, and of
Yes.
course it was quite a powerful conversation.
Yes. Yes. It
Yeah.
was.
And now that you're explaining it, Donna, can you imagine? Donna, are you thriving in survival mode? Because I know you're busy.
Oh my gosh. I want to ask her how she found how you find the balance.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Let me tell you, it's really hard. But I mean, if you value your mental health and if you value um, wanting to stay focused, then you have to learn. And I don't recommend you being in survival mode 24/7 because that's unrealistic. But you do what you have to do to move forward.
Do what you have to do to move forward. Well,
Mhm.
I am hearing that there's a problem with the volume. Can you hear me, Donna? Can you hear me,
I'm
Romaine?
Yeah, I
hearing you fine. Yeah, I'm hearing you fine.
Okay, well, somewhere out there in internet land, having difficulties. We're going live. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on
Hmm.
Instagram. We're on Instagram. But
Okay.
somewhere out there, I think it's on YouTube that there's some challenges. And with Facebook doing things now on your Facebook group, you're not able to go live on Facebook anymore. And the group
Oh,
on the group they have a
okay.
some new changes, but there's some ways to get around that. So we'll figure that out. Well, we're
Yeah.
out there. Information is getting out there.
Yes.
So Romaine, I
Hmm.
know you're from. We have another thing in common. We're both from the same parish in Jamaica. We're from
Yes.
West England. So
Where all the creative people come from.
well, Donna would think. Donna won't agree with that because Donna's singing that thoughtful song. She would take offense. That's where all the Donna is from Portland now,
The other end. Yeah.
and said
No.
that's it.
No, but I think for us, I mean, this little rock that we're on, we produce some amazing talents
Oh, okay.
all over the world,
All over the
you
world.
know, all over the world.
All over the world. Well, we have one here in Romaine, and we're going to be showing some of your pieces, some of your artwork, because you know I was one of my cousins introduced you to me, and ever since I've been following your work and I've been very impressed. Haven't picked up any yet. It was Donna's intention that she would come to your studio, and I know
Yes.
that had she come there, she would have brought something
Yeah, I agree.
back. She
I know
would
she
have.
would have picked up some.
Yeah. Because she did say to me, maybe one day she can come pick me up and bring me by the studio, but that didn't get
I know.
so. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna play a quick video, and we'll be
Hmm.
on stage while I'm doing that to show some of your pieces. All right?
Okay, wonderful.
There we go. All right. And if you want to talk through
And
it, as
that piece is actually showcasing in Florida right now at a 24 Marie Gallery in Fort Lauderdale. It's
Nice.
actually on showcase. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's been in the exhibition since last year. It's a nice little running exhibition, but it's at 24 Marie Gallery. So if anyone is in Fort Lauderdale, they feel free to check it out.
Okay. How about this piece here?
It's just joy. Like every time I look at this painting, I feel so much joy, so much innocence,
Hmm.
and I think it's slowly being lost because children aren't they're not able to enjoy their youth while they're growing up.
Mhm.
It's just being taken away. It's just being snatched away,
Hmm.
and I think I created this opposite feeling because when you're in Kingston and you're driving like to the stop lights and you see these little kids with the screen wiper and the water, and you look at them and they're in the hot sun, they're at your door, the window, and they're begging, they're wiping the glass and they're begging for money. I'm like, this isn't what you should be doing.
Hmm.
You know, you should be enjoying your life. You should be happy. You should be free. You should be running up and down and playing. You know, not out here in the boiling sun, you know, begging. And I think I created this for an opposite effect for me.
All right, let's move to the next piece here. If you want, you can talk about.
I don't know. This piece, I will create the work, and I think for some of them, I just allow it to breathe.
Mm.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. When you
Mhm.
go into your space, 'cause I know you must be in a certain place to start do this work. Do you go in there knowing what you're going to do, or it just comes out of you?
Not all the time. Sometimes I do have concepts that I have concepts that I've been working on for years that
Mhm.
are now just being painted. I have sketchbooks, I have notes, and sometimes I'll go over these and then just start working. So some of the time I'm not focused on the outcome. I am more focused on the process. You know, so because I know if I focus on the process and I execute properly, then the outcome will be fine. It will take care of itself. You
Exactly.
know, and yeah, and for most of the time, that's how I approach my work.
I think that's so true, not just for what you do as an artist, but for
I mean,
most.
in
Yeah,
life,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we focus too much on the end results and we kind of miss out on what the process is trying to teach us.
Mhm.
You know, and I enjoy the process more than the outcome. I enjoy the process more than the end result.
And you're at a place as well where the outcome is going to be good anyway.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
it's in
yeah.
where you are, right, in your game. So the process now becomes most important.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I remember not being at that stage. I remember worrying so much if it's gonna come out right and people are gonna like it. I remember being at that phase in my life, but I'm not there anymore because even if I create something and I don't like it, chances are someone's gonna see it and fall in love. Because I am not creating just for myself, you
Mhm.
know. And so if I'm creating a piece and it's not moving me, it doesn't mean that it's not powerful. It's just not for me.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would love to see a piece that have something with a collision with purpose in there.
You
Something.
might find.
I thought I would fly down to Jamaica to get it tomorrow. I would love to see a piece with something with a collision with purpose. Powerful, powerful stuff here. All right, so we're
Thank
going to
you.
move to the next piece here. Look at this one. Wow.
This is also on show. If you're in Fort Lauderdale, it's at the 24 Murray Gallery. I think this probably was one of the most challenging pieces. I was trying a new style, and I did a couple smaller versions of this first, and I realized that I really like more of the abstract representation of the female form than than trying to have it like more realistic. And I think I did it because I wanted the focus to be on the composition and not so much on the figures. So it's just like really dark skin, kind of disfigured. And it's really about the woman that's on the left who's holding the clock. She's trying to, well, not just the clock, but she's also holding the justice scale. And she's
Mhm.
trying to educate these other two women about what she's discovered about the knowledge of balance and justice over time. And I don't know if you can see, but they all have circles around their head.
Mhm.
And the woman
Like a
who's
halo.
holding the justice scale and the clock, hers is very pronounced. And for
Mhm.
me, that was symbolizing her knowledge and her wisdom that she's trying to share and impart on the other two ladies.
And
That was
So
the one that
I
I
this
noticed,
is a
saw.
powerful piece.
That was
I
the one
noticed.
that I saw, and I said I wanted to find out exactly about that piece of work there because it jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the circle are getting smaller. Is that
Yes.
yes?
So the smaller would kind of signify that they don't have a lot of knowledge. And I think that when you're deprived of certain information, then it kind of makes you a little stagnant, you know. And if you're not exposed and you don't know, then you're gonna think that, you know, wherever you are, that's just where it is. And there's so much more out there. So here's this woman that is kind of bringing the light and education and wisdom to them. And if you can even like tell their body language, like it's almost like they're not interested, but they're kind of still interested, you know, and they still want to learn, but they're not sure if it's going
Right.
to make a difference. And I think it happens a lot in society anyway, that sometimes you do want to learn stuff, but you don't know if it's going to make a difference in your life, but you still want to know. And then you have people who want to impart this knowledge, they're willing to share this knowledge, and you might feel like you're unworthy of it. So you don't pay attention because you probably grew up in a situation where, you know, you're always told that you're stupid, or you never amount to anything good, or you're gonna be told that, oh, you know, you're not gonna reach anywhere in life. And so when you meet people who are trying to tell you the opposite, there's some resistance that takes place. There's some blockage. And I think this composition kind of speaks on that.
You know, there's so the amount of details in this piece of work. It's a story.
Yes.
It's quite a story, and to hear you tell it, it's so profound.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The justice scale, holding that scale, and just sharing knowledge, and and the person closer to her is, of course, more attentive.
Yes.
Quite a
Yeah.
story. Powerful, powerful. Let's move to next piece here. Now, this is something here.
So I really enjoy doing surreal pieces because it gives me a chance to play around with nature a little bit. When I say play around with nature, I mean to step outside of what is normal and what is expected. You know, if you can get closer, if you can look into her hair, which is like the forest, it's green. There's a waterfall there, and this for me is telling me that she's mentally healthy. You know, and there's this flow, there's this lush about how she thinks and how she sees the world. And I mean, I've done paintings that are complete opposite, where it's just dry branches, you know. So in her situation, she's very focused on maintaining that.
Powerful.
Yes.
A piece like this, how long does it take for you to produce a piece like this?
You know, I don't know how well to answer that question. And the reason why I say that is earlier on I said I have concepts that I've been working on for years. To physically create it is just a part of creating. The physical work is probably the shortest sometimes. The longest is when you have to mentally filter what it is that you're trying to project onto the canvas. But if we're talking about doing the physical work, I think this piece probably took me like a month or maybe a little less than a month.
Okay.
Yes.
And if someone wanted to purchase this piece here, is there a cost? Is there something you can share, or how do you do that? That's not the way you
Yeah, I like conversations.
conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Donna, I see you looking through that. What are you thinking?
I love art, so that's why I wanted to go to the studio.
Well, we're bringing the studio to you. We're bringing the studio to you as much as we can.
I mean, like, this is great. This is absolutely great. So let me ask you, because I know, like you said, that you have to, it's a process, right? You
Hmm.
work that
Yes.
process out in your head first before you put it on the canvas. In that process, do you have to you see the entirety of the work before you're able to transfer that onto the canvas? If
For
I'm making
some
any
of them,
sense.
yeah, I do understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Do I have an idea of what it might look like? Yes. I usually have an idea and I'm working towards it. The problem with doing, okay, it's not a problem. What happens is that while I'm working, something else always pops up. And when that happens, I might start a new painting.
Mm.
Right. And that is the reason why most times when I'm working, I have 3 or 4 paintings working on at the same time. Not, at the same time, but I have them surround me
Mhm.
or surround the easel because I tend to be processing what goes on the one that I'm currently working on,
Mhm.
and I might try to put it on and it doesn't fit this composition because it's for another composition. So I'll put that one down, take up a new canvas and start a new painting.
Mm.
Mm.
Right. And that might happen like 3 or 4 times because the concept might be so wide it doesn't fit on one canvas because it keeps evolving. So I might go with a particular idea, but then it changes on its own. And I just have to go with it.
Mm.
I'm not trying to filter and stop and stagnate the creative flow. I'm not trying to do that at all.
So at what point do you know when um one piece of work is complete, is finished? Or is there ever such a point?
No. I think most artists will tell you it's not. I mean, I have pieces that, it's been years and I'm still like adding small details. So every time I look at it, I see something that needs to go on. I mean, it's a never ending story, and I'm not trying to end it either.
Mhm.
So if I will stop working on it once I feel that whatever message I'm trying to send or to create or to deliver, then if it's at that point, then I just leave it alone. But
Mhm.
I don't ever think it's finished.
So it's almost,
Wow.
I'm looking at it like almost like the art. It's almost like you said, it's a story. It's almost like you could it's almost like you could put it in words in like a book, right?
Right,
Because it's a story.
right,
It's a
right.
storyline. Mm.
Yes. So you might have, book one,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then you might have book two and book three, and it just continues. And I think that's the beauty about creating something like there's just constant movement with the story. There's this flow that you kind of just want to go with it. You want to see where it's taking you. It's
Right.
not you always leading the work. Sometimes the work is just leading you. You just have to follow.
Now look at this. This is an avocado, right?
Yes. So this one
And
is called peer pressure,
mm,
and it's
Mm.
appropriate,
PER.
appropriately so.
Like I said, being a surreal painter just kind of opens you up to seeing the world a lot, in very in a special way. I don't know if you can see at the bottom where she's lying inside, where the seed should be. There are some um,
Mhm.
social media icons,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? And you're also seeing her rib cage. And the
Mm.
peer pressure is basically you're in a space that's supposed to be nourishing you, and instead it's kind of like sucking you dry.
Mm.
And you can see it a lot with, youngsters and even like older people. They get so trapped in the social media, they get so trapped online that they forget to live, they forget to nourish themselves in a certain way. And I think it's necessary to kind of pull back sometimes before you get sucked in so deep that you don't even realize that you're deteriorating. And she's already caught in this peer pressure thing because, she's trying to be like somebody that she sees, like an influencer, and she's trying to do all these things. And then at the end of the day, she's basically just disappearing.
Wow.
Peer pressure.
Yes. And
Yes.
I try to create work that it's also kid friendly because I when I first showcased this piece, there were children there and they were so taken aback. Like they looked at it and they were enjoying what they were seeing. And I like to create pieces that aren't, you know, so disturbing, but you can still bring across the point that you need to bring across.
So I just posted your ways that listeners and anyone watching this live or the replay can get in touch with you if they're interested to
Yes.
have a conversation with you about any of your
Yes.
pieces. So,
I love the conversation.
yes, so we have it there in the chat, and it will be there when we share it and repost and all that good stuff. So Donna, you think it's a good time to take a quick break? What do you think? Or can we talk some more for another piece?
Let's see. We could take a break and then come back. Sure.
We can take a break.
Okay.
Mhm.
Donna, we can take a break. We're gonna go off screen this time and take a quick break in the spotlight.
A collision with purpose. In pursuit of purpose.
Right, we're back. We're back.
Yes.
So we're in the spotlight and we're having conversation with Romaine McNeil. RomaineCreates is her name for her company, and Romaine is an artist. She paints and create images that are so compelling. They tell a story. Each of them is a story in itself. It's a book, and she's explaining and going through that with us. But Romaine is also a musician, right? And but there's something she said that in the book, A Collision with Purpose. But music for me is more therapeutic.
Yes.
Therapeutic, right? And why is it so?
It's calming. I think because playing for me is when I get to escape and when I get to quiet the thoughts. I think when I'm painting, it's a different kind of therapy. But I know that creating of artwork is also going to be therapy for other people. But when I do music, it's personal. It's my healing. It's how I balance myself. And it's really just practicing and just playing something that I might have heard that I like. So it's never about having anyone really hear it, even though people have heard me play. I have performed. But I realized that, playing music for me is just something I want to do for me because of it's intimate, and it kind of takes me away from, noise and distortion. And it's just calming. And sometimes I need the calming that the painting doesn't actually give.
Mm. Yeah, that's so interesting to me, because you would hear some musicians say, "Man, I paint to retreat, to get away from playing music," right? You hear that. This is my getaway, so I go in there and lock myself in and just paint,
Hmm.
and that's how I lose myself, right? I
Yes,
lose
yes.
myself to find myself. That's what you'll hear some people say that. So it's interesting that for you, music is that place where
Hmm.
you.
I mean,
Mm,
most people don't know that I play. Um, I've done. I'm more of. I like to compose, and when I compose a piece, I can just sit down and listen to playback for like a very long time.
mm,
And it's another kind of escape for me. Painting is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. When I can paint hours straight, but I can also paint with sound for
mhm.
hours straight. So I'm having like this beautiful dialogue going on when I'm creating music that it doesn't happen the same way when I'm painting.
Yeah. Donna, do you want to say anything? Because I want to read something here, and I'll go after you.
No, I'm just really listening to what she's saying, and I find it quite interesting. It's kind of taking me back to my younger days when I used to draw in high school, but I think I've lost that talent over the years.
It's never lost. It's probably just sleeping. You can wake it up anytime you want.
So, so I'm reading from page 172, A Collision with Purpose in Pursuit of Purpose, my music. For me, being an artist, you are a loner. People don't understand you. It's not like you're a weird person, but people may wonder why you sit in the corner with your sketchbook. Music for me helps to languish that pain and suffering. What,
Mhm.
what kind of pain are we talking about?
I think it's more the pain of being misunderstood. I think a lot of artists, including myself, we're heavily misunderstood. Um, I'm a quiet person. I mean, I like to talk about my work, but in general, I am a quiet person. I'm pretty reserved. I'm introverted. So I think growing up, not having other deep creative individuals to bond with, it kind of created this void, this nasty void. And you grow up with this void and you don't know what to do with it. And sometimes it becomes a darkness, and out of that darkness, you know, there's pain because you feel so alone. You're expressing your passion and your love for what you're doing, but at the same time, there's this emptiness that comes with it. So you go one side and you try to deal with that emptiness, because there's nobody. If you try to talk to somebody about how you're feeling, they're gonna look at you with like raising a brow, like, you know, and so it's kind of something that you have to deal with, and I think doing music helped me to deal with it in that way.
Mhm. You know, I'm reading here as I'm listening to you and following you, and you talk about being alone and with your music and how important that is to you, and it's really a way of finding yourself and just
Hmm.
placing yourself in a place of quiet and stillness. And I know that's something you talk about quite a bit, stillness. And
Yes.
let's share with us why stillness is so important.
um let's put it this way: if you are in a room and everybody's shouting, talking at the top of their voice or whatever, and there's somebody that has a piece of information for you, that you really need to hear. It's impossible to rise above all that noise sometimes. But if you're still enough, you can connect outside of that noise. You can connect. And I think stillness for me enables me to block out a lot of the noise that is unnecessary and a distraction. And stillness happens while I'm painting mostly, and it happens while I'm playing music, and it's a way to recenter myself when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and in the stillness you can just peace and quiet, basically just peace and quiet. And with the way the world is going now, you kind of need that peace and quiet.
Is it easy to find stillness these days?
No, no. I mean, it's something that you have to practice. Like people ask me all the time, like, "How you sit down and paint for 6 hours?" I'm like, not? How do you not? How do you not sit down and just be quiet for half an hour? Most people can't do that. They have to be up. They have to be saying something. They have to be doing something.
Yeah.
They have to be doing a million and one things. And at the end of the day, they're very exhausted. And I mean, I've had people say to me that they're so busy that by the next day they forget what they were so busy doing the previous day. So they lose track of so much because there isn't a point where you can become still
Mhm.
and just enjoy the moment that you're in.
You know what a mess, right? When you forget what you were so what a place not
Why are
to
you
be.
so busy? Yeah.
I can appreciate sitting down in stillness. When I started playing it, first when learning to play the guitar, I would
Mhm.
sit for 8 hours and not move, just practicing scales.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
whenever all my friends were out playing basketball, I would be in that house in my little room, just
Hmm.
practicing, practicing. 8 hours was nothing for me to do in one practice.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
easy. It became so easy and the norm. But what that
Hmm.
was doing is just the discipline you had to build to develop
Yes.
and the focus.
Hmm.
Focus. So they say sometimes if you are able to get a musician into a business with you who are really not involved with other things,
Hmm.
the practice of music, just the practice of music, they make a good business partner because of the discipline.
Discipline. Yes,
Discipline.
that's true.
And the same thing is probably true with being, painting and all that good stuff. Because you
Hmm.
didn't just start to paint, and there's some practice that went into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I started off basically teaching myself.
Mhm,
I wasn't gonna like wait on anyone. If I have an interest in something, I'm just gonna go ahead and learn it.
mhm,
You know. So yeah, but it does take a lot of discipline,
mhm.
and you have to hold yourself accountable. There's nobody, standing over you or behind you say, do this, do that. You have to do it. You have to hold yourself accountable because you want the results. So you have to do it. You have to do the work.
Mm. Got to do the work, right? That's the
Yeah.
only way you're going to achieve and perfect or improve. Because I'm
Hmm.
not sure about the perfection piece, but to improve on your work and your
Yes.
skills, your capabilities. So another thing that really hit me in this book, and when you said that we are all a puzzle, we fit somewhere, and puzzles
Mhm.
cannot be completed.
Yeah. I mean, you're a part of a puzzle in my life. I'm a part of a puzzle in your life, Donna,
Hmm.
as well.
Hmm.
Um, Donna's like the link because I've met her. I haven't met you yet. So we each have purpose in each other's lives, and that purpose is a piece of the puzzle. And I try not to deny people um, to see where they fit.
Hmm.
Sometimes you meet people and they don't fit in this part of the puzzle, but they might fit somewhere else. And what I've come to realize is people who I've met 2 years ago who haven't, we don't have like a close relationship. I realize that they're like, we're reconnecting now and they're serving this beautiful purpose in my life. Like I've met them, 2-3 years ago, but at that time, the part that they would have played wasn't happening yet. It wasn't unfolding, but now it is. Now there's a spot for that puzzle to fit.
Oh,
Mm.
purpose.
Yeah. So Donna, you're a part of the puzzle.
Yes.
You went to Jamaica and you were so excited when I said, Donna, you're gonna move to Romaine, and
her energy was so beautiful. It was so light. Like, I mean, I know that if it was left up to us, because I knew it was such a short visit, we probably would have stayed there and had like a full blown conversation. For
Yeah,
sure. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, and I was so disappointed. Let me tell you, I keep saying that because I'm so disappointed because I told my cousin this. And I'm like, we have to go to her studio. It's not far. She said it's like 10 minutes away. When we're ready, we'll call her. I mean, it was on our radar. And
Yes.
we just got sidetracked with everything else. And I was telling Doc, I was like, time goes by so, it goes by so fast. It's like you get up in the morning and you're doing 2 things, and before you know it, it's night. Yeah.
There's so much to talk about, and I would really recommend that you get A Collision with Purpose in Pursuit of Purpose and read Romaine's story. It's on page 161.
Thank you.
I have substance. And how did you feel when you received this book, Romaine?
Oh man, I probably was supposed to be gentle in unpacking, but that wasn't the case because I just wanted to rip it open. Donna was there when I ripped it open. Ripped open one of the packets, was like, yes, And then I started reading, and I was like, my heart. And then I took the book home to my mom. I was like, Mom, you have to, you want to read it. And she just confiscated the book, and I just left her.
You need another book.
And she's like, it's such a good story. I'm like, I'm glad, because my mom is the kind of person. My parents never denied me this art journey. They were always very supportive. But I think in supporting, they were also very concerned, this whole struggling, starving artist life thing. And I was like, Mom, you don't need to worry. And I said one thing to her that ever since I said that to her, she's like, I don't worry that much. And I said to her, the same creator that gave me this talent is going to always provide for me. I don't need to worry about that.
Wow.
And when I said it to her, I saw this look of relief on her face. And I said, you don't need to worry. This is a gift. This is a gift. And I'm using the gift as I'm supposed to. Stop worrying. So she took the book and started reading. And I did. I just left her with it. I'm like, it's okay. Just read.
Did you leave the hoodie with her also?
No. No. She's not getting my hoodie and my shirts now.
I know we had talked about that. You said it sort of get chilly and it would be just right for her.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna be all right. I'll probably loan it to her.
Oh my goodness! But I can imagine when you received the book, because we had it here, because of course you didn't make it to the event.
Right.
You didn't make it to the event, but Donna presented it. Donna, did you video? You should have videoed that.
I did not.
Oh, that would have been so nice.
Yes.
Afterwards, I thought about it. I was like, I should video.
Yeah, I was just excited too.
Yeah. Wow. That was special. That was special, I'm sure. Wanted you to get it so bad, and that Donna was coming. Another friend of ours was coming the same time. But we said that now that Donna is going, who better to bring it to you than
Yeah.
Donna?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. And I was very happy. I was very happy to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, big stuff, big stuff, big stuff. So Donna, we're talking to Romaine. RomaineCreates, and we're gonna go back to looking at some of her artwork.
Mhm.
We're gonna move it away from this piece here. Let's go back to this one. Another interesting one.
Nurturing. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think it speaks for itself.
Oh, I'm bring it back. Sorry about that. There we go.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure it's showing everything, but at the top of the plant is basically holding like a water bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the elements that we're surrounded by is also within us. And here you have this fetus that is protected, and it's protected and it's being nurtured at the same time. And I think it's something that we need, not just as children growing up, but also as adults, as grown people. We need to nurture ourselves. We need to get back to the basics of how is it that we grow and evolve properly, not just growing and evolving, but how do you do it properly where you're not regressing all the time, where you're progressing, And I think this piece kind of reminds me to take time to nurture myself,
Mm-hmm.
because if I don't remind myself, then I just go off a tangent and I'm just like doing everything and not taking care of me.
Wow. Is that the umbilical cord there?
It's connected directly to the plant.
Wow.
Mm.
I mean, these pieces are so deep. And this is teaching me something, because too often when I look at a piece of painting, I'm just seeing the painting, and I'm not diving into the story that it's telling. And just having this conversation with you is sort of really, it's piquing my curiosity. It's really touching me to want to look
And I
deeper
mean,
and
yeah,
understand.
different people will have different reactions, and I think that's totally fine. And
Mm-hmm.
I like when not everybody is having the same reaction. I
Mm-hmm.
think that it depends on where you are in your life, that you might feel differently when you look at a piece. So if I'm creating with room to grow in terms of interpretation and perception
Mm-hmm.
from the viewer.
And you talk about stillness earlier, and why it's so important to be still so you can truly focus, and then you can get the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in the hustle and bustle, what do you see, right?
Yeah, it's true.
What do you
So
see?
you kind of lose sight if you're constantly distracted.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very profound piece
Thank
of
you.
work. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Beautiful words. This is a lighter side of my my creative energy. There are times I don't feel like going that deep, and I just want to do something that's light and airy and just makes me smile. I don't always want to be locked into that space of depth on the level of creating something that's going to be provocative. Sometimes I just want to look at it, create it. It's just three birds enjoying each other's company on a branch.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Just
might look at it and see something else.
something
You might
else.
see three sisters, or
Mm-hmm.
a husband and two wives. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
Or
family.
birds looking out yonder, wondering what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
It's
where's that worm?
it's a family for sure. It's a family. It's a family. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's move to the next piece here. Now this
One of my faves.
this one got me.
Yeah. In its most simplest form, you have a lemon and it's peeled and it's revealed in like this paradise, this piece of paradise. And a lot of the times they say don't judge a book by its cover.
Mhm.
This is like don't judge a line by what the skin is saying, because basically everybody has layers, and sometimes we pay attention to the outer layer so much that we can't see past it. We can't see the beauty that lies beyond this outer layer.
Mhm.
So I like to create to kind of pull in the attention because it's just a small peel, it's just a small section that is revealing to you what's inside. I don't know if
Why
you
did
can
you
see it.
chose, why did you choose a lemon?
Um, different reasons. One, it's actually really good for you and it's refreshing. And and I think it just kind of it worked with the composition. It wasn't like this. It was something that was simple. It was something that was basic. It was something that we would probably overlook. And I wanted something to represent that simplicity, but still exudes this beauty within it.
Mhm.
Something that you just walk past every day. You wouldn't pay attention to like a simple fruit.
Right.
But then when you bite into something, or for example, when you have a conversation with an old man sitting by the dock or whatever, you just see this old man probably with a teacup, with raggedy clothes, but then you sit down and have a conversation with him, and you're like blown away.
Mhm.
And too often we overlook these simple things that can provide us with profound experiences.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was it for me. Just using something that's as simple as a fruit, a lemon. I've used apples and cherries and melons before. So I mean, I like doing fruit series that kind of bring your attention to something other than it being a fruit.
Mhm. Hmm. Let's see what we have next. That's so hard.
That's my first exhibition.
Your first exhibition, okay.
First exhibition of I think it was 2021.
Mhm.
Yeah, first exhibition in a really long time. Um, so far away. But I'm having a conversation with a couple that they were, viewing these pieces, and they're like, what's the story behind having a baby and using fetus? And it's just like a new beginning, it's fragility, it's innocence, it's growth, and how protective we can be when we're in this transformation. And I was having this really deep conversation with
Yeah, that looks like a piece itself.
them.
That looked like a piece right there. And I figure it must have been important to you because you sent it.
Yes, yes.
Yes. You
Mhm.
know, when I go on your Instagram page, all I see is sold, 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 not available, sold. Am I correct? That's the
But
thing.
I mean, I'm happy. I would be sad about it, but um, I that for me just says that people really enjoy my work. It's not, and I want people to have my work in their space because I think that's a blessing that you value it so much that you want to take it home.
Yeah, it's a blessing indeed. It's a blessing
Yes.
to see sold. A few times when I look at it, I like that.
So
And then
Sold.
it's sold.
Sold. Yeah, have you gone to her Instagram page now?
I have not yet.
Just follow her. Yeah, follow her. Yeah, sold. And she's also on Facebook. Also on Facebook. But I imagine must be to keep putting these pieces out. That's some work.
it is, and that's also something I have to discipline myself to do because, in the era of social media, and I do use Instagram a lot to um, help to propel my work as an artist. Um, it's also very difficult because you have to create content, and
Mhm.
half the time I don't remember to do recordings. I don't remember to take photos of the process. I just want to work,
Mhm.
and people are like, can you show us like, the process and where the work is? And people want to see that, and I understand that they want to see it because they too enjoy it because I was told it's very relaxing when I'm, doing a palette knife painting on a piece. I mean, I was told by just random people like watching you paint is so relaxing. And so I tend to try and be a little bit more patient and understanding and just a little bit more in tune with, sharing the process and not just creating and when it's finished then I post it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but it does take time because I have to. I mean, when I'm working, I just want to work. I'm not thinking about documenting. I just want to work.
Right. But as you said, in this social media world where you need
Everything's content,
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 and one
content.
way is to let people see you in action.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's marketing, content. Well, of course, your priority is to do the work.
Yes,
Work.
that
So
is that is true.
last thing on your mind is someone watching you.
Let me take a photo of where I am now.
So if someone come to your studio,
Mhm.
how much access do they have to you to watch your work there live?
Um, I've had visits from clients and from friends, and we really just drink tea and have a conversation.
So the work stops.
The work stops. Yeah, the work stops. We'll talk about the works. Like as you can see, I'm surrounded by my studio is filled with pieces, finished pieces, unfinished pieces. So we'll sit and talk about the work. But unless you come definitively to actually join me painting, because I've had people, just come and just chill and we just paint on the floor. I've had that.
Mhm.
We just drink some tea and
Mm.
talk about life, talk about what's happening. Because the space, I try to create a space that people can just come and just relax. It's not to just come and decompress. Because that's how I feel when I'm in that space. So I mean, I've had clients that just call me up and say, "Hey, having a hectic day." I was like, hey, come on over.
Donna,
My
what did
space is
you miss?
open.
What did you miss, Donna?
What did I miss?
It didn't go over.
I didn't go over.
And you were so specific before you left
I
Atlanta
re-
that you went to the studio. That's the
yes,
one thing you're so sure about.
that was the one thing I was sure about. I'm going to the studio. I'm like, oh my god. But I will be making it to
I
the
know,
studio
I know you're gonna definitely show up, and we're gonna have a grand time when you
because I have a son that's all he does
come.
is draw
Mm, mm, mm.
24/7.
Yes.
Someone just texted me, and of course we're talking about the show. Sometimes people will text instead of posting, because of course they watch it at different platforms, and
Hmm.
a lot of times people are shy, right? People don't
Mhm.
want
Yes.
to put their names up, but it's okay. It's okay. We appreciate everyone who will watch this live program and will watch the replay. And we will be sharing this replay and playing it over and over and replay it again. Because I believe it's so important and it's a great conversation we're having. I
Hmm.
myself am learning so much when I see a piece of art.
Right.
It's a whole different thing than just oh, wow, that thing looks great. But there's a story. There's a story. There's a
Yes.
story. Yeah, there's a
And
story.
sometimes there's no story. Sometimes the art is just the art. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's just existent as is.
hmm And then people make stories out of it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
people go,
that's exactly
Like
what
birds.
happens.
people go in and find their own story in the work. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's just powerful. I love it. I love it. So when is your next exhibition?
Um, well, there is an exhibition that's going to be taking place at the Avery Center, South Carolina.
Mm,
I actually just heard from the group that asked me to be a part of this project. It's going to be a very powerful project. Um, I'm not like ready to burst open about it yet, but it's I did a painting based on uh, the women who were slaves in Westmoreland in like 1700. So I did this painting based off some information that I got, and I mean they love the work, and it's going to be a part of an exhibition that's going to. I think it's running from the 24th of August until January next year.
hmm,
Yeah. So I think it's a group of maybe 15 artists that are going to be present. I think I'm the only one from Jamaica. So I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to be a part of this group.
Yeah, so you'll have to tell us when you're going to be here. So we may have to do a road trip, Doc.
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
definitely.
And that's
Definitely.
not too far from us too, by the way.
Oh,
That's not too far.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice, nice, nice.
it's not too
Okay.
far. Yeah. Have you been to Atlanta to do any work here?
I'm waiting on invitation, Doc. I don't know
Mm.
what's going
You-
on.
well, that's something we'll work on. That's
Submitted
something
your work.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll work on that, Donna.
We'll work on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Looking forward to that.
Hmm.
most definitely, most definitely. We're having the festival song competition. Is it
Mhm.
July 27th? Man, if
Oh,
we had some of your pieces to showcase there, well, that would be something.
oh wow.
We expect to have about 450 attendees.
Hmm.
But
Wow.
it's
Please
been
tell
kind
some
of
more about that.
yeah, we will. It will be held at the same location where we had a collision with purpose. The
Okay.
nice theater setup, and this is the fourth year that we're having this event, the
Oh,
competition.
yes.
Yeah, we'll have 7 finalists, and we'll have the same thing, pretty much the same like the thing they have in Jamaica,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we do that here, and we have singers from all over the diaspora.
Nice.
I've had them coming from as far as Germany, from England, Canada, different parts of the United States. You can enter if you are of Jamaican or Jamaican descent,
Right,
and
right,
you
right.
and you and you live outside of Jamaica. So it's for the diaspora, and it's been a success. Last year was amazing, and we expect that
Mm-hmm.
this year it's going to be full house.
Of course.
What's the capacity? 500 in the auditorium in the theater, and
Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. So have a few of your pieces there would be special too. I think that would be a good opportunity there, Donna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and she planned for the colloquium next year to be present.
Oh well, definitely. She would be. I was hoping that she would have been at this one, but it didn't work out.
I know.
We were trying to put that together, but here we are today, right? Here
Yes.
we are today. So awesome stuff. Yeah. So wow, look at the time. We almost out of time.
Oh,
This nice casual conversation about important stuff, and look how fast time is moving,
wow.
right? Mm,
Always a case.
always the case.
Yeah.
I imagine this is a good little break for you, huh?
Yeah. You know, I am having this conversation, but my mind is actually on work.
You
Because
work.
yeah, I'm working. I'm working. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not physically working, but my mind is already going through the palettes and the color coordinations and the composition. It's already doing its own thing. I'm trying not to get too distracted because I'm looking at some pieces I started behind my phone and I'm like, stop staring at the work. Pay attention.
You have the work behind you. Okay, you know, because I see something there, like it looked like it's work in progress. I'm not sure if I'm seeing over your shoulder.
Which
Is that
one?
right? If I'm looking at the other way, there you go. Something, I'm not sure if it's work in progress.
I
You're
mean,
almost,
they're all completed,
they're all
except
completed.
for the butterfly one. I still have some details to add to that, but everything else is pretty much finished.
Right, right.
Nice.
All right. So you have them on display there, right? And a person coming into your studio and say, I want that one. Do you sell it even though it's not done in your mind?
I know, right? That's a good question.
I have been convinced. I have been convinced. Let me just say that.
Okay.
It doesn't feel right, but I've also learned to acknowledge that when somebody connects with a piece, for them, that connection is so deep that even if I don't feel it's completed,
Mm-hmm.
that connection is so strong for them that they will take it as is. So I've been in situations where I've learned to just let go. Just let go. I mean, I can go on and on about it not being finished, but in your mind, when you look at it, it's like it's perfect.
Right. This is how I want it, just like it is. It's
Yes.
complete from me.
Yes. Yes.
It's no longer yours.
Yes.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I was wondering about that when you said that piece with the butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, it happens because I mean, over the weekend I started some pieces. Before the weekend, like last week, I started some pieces and I struggled. I must have repainted one piece 3 times.
Mm.
Yeah, and I came to the conclusion that there's nothing I'm gonna do to you that for me is gonna be truly satisfying. And I think you should just stay as you are. And then I left it. I stopped painted. I stopped painting on it and adding like details. I think last week Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And over the weekend, I started looking at it and I was like, "You're actually kind of nice."
Oh, wow.
I didn't like you last week, but you're kind of nice right now, so I'm just gonna leave. And what I found when I'm working is when I'm too caught up in the fine details, I miss the big picture. So when I
Mm.
take it off the easel and I put it up on the wall and I just leave it alone, after a while I begin to see the true beauty of the piece. Like sometimes I can't see it if it's on the easel and I'm like, I gotta touch this up, I gotta paint that, I gotta add this color. And then you overwork the piece. So I've learned to just kind of step back, put it on the wall and just leave it.
And it comes
Sometimes
alive.
it comes alive on its own. Yeah.
It's like in music, you overproduce the song, you know.
True.
So you have to, yeah. How do you know when enough is enough?
Yeah.
You know, because some of it probably need that some space, some emptiness in there.
Yes. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
But you said something that you painted one piece 3 times. Does that mean that you painted, you didn't like it, you put it down?
No, I mean I paint over it.
Oh, you paint over it. I was wondering. Because that to me would be interesting, right? You park that piece, then you go do another piece and another piece.
Yeah, I mean, I have different ways of dealing with the frustration of something not coming out right, and one of the most drastic solutions is I'll just cause slashes I just slash the canvas. I can just slash it. Let's take a knife and just slash it. Yeah.
What a
And
powerful
just release whatever energy there was in it that it just wasn't working. And then if I slash it, then I can take the pieces and add it to a different piece of work and just make something else, you know.
Okay, so all is not lost when you slash it.
Never lost. It's just transformation. It's just becoming something else. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm wondering, I'm sitting here listening to you and said, if I wanted to paint, where would I start?
If you wanted to paint?
Yeah, if I wanted to do, you know, I want to take this on as a, you know, like you're escaping music. I need something to
The
disappear.
first thing I'll tell you is probably like get like a blank space and just be free. Just get some colors and just be free. Like I think I think when you are gonna approach painting and think, oh, this is definitely what I'm gonna do, then it's more than likely not gonna work.
Okay.
No. You have to allow yourself to feel what it's like just to create, just to have the flow
Mhm.
and not be too, you know, stifling. You can't stifle it. So
Mhm.
just create. I tell people like don't think about the trying to get it right. It's probably never going to be right. Just think about enjoying yourself while you're working and finding the beauty in the process and
Mhm.
just let go of everything else.
Let's do it.
Yeah, just do it. You're going to drive yourself crazy if you sit down and think of how imperfect this thing is. It's not imperfect. You haven't found the right flow just yet. And maybe you're not listening to the
Mhm.
painting when it's trying to tell you what the flow is. Because you're just trying to put your own thing on it.
Mm.
I mean, you as a musician, as a guitarist, you know when you're taking a solo run, that you're
Mm.
not thinking about the scales.
Yes,
You're not
playing.
thinking about the
Whatever.
scales. You're not thinking about arpeggio or,
Mhm.
you're not thinking about that. You're allowing it to happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Donna, you gonna paint? Or-
I'm
I
gonna
know you. I know
I'm gonna
you.
have a spot. I'm gonna have a spot ready for you guys when you come.
I have a lot of paint and a lot of canvas,
Okay.
but
We're good to
nothing's
go
on
then.
them.
Your son paint, right?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I live in a studio.
So Donna, wouldn't it be so awesome to see you stroking that brush?
Yes.
Having that them type of
Yeah, the
them
hat.
hear that cap, that Picasso type of cap. You got to get that, and then you hold it like that.
Hmm.
Talk about poetry in motion, right there.
Yeah.
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 No, I appreciate the arts. The
Yeah.
creativity is just I find it very
Yeah. We have to love it. Without it, it would be a very boring place.
mhm. But it's interesting because like we're speaking, right? And what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the cover of your book, Doc. I'm looking at the colors and I'm
Mhm.
Right.
at some of the colors of your paintings on the wall.
It's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. Look at it. It's a perfect fit.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Look at
wow.
that.
Yeah.
That's a paint. That's a paint. That's a piece of art right there, right?
And look at some of your paintings
The
on
colors.
your
Yeah. The
work.
color
On
scheme
the
is very
color
similar.
scheme. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
There's
similar.
something very I don't know. Anyways.
Peace. It's about stillness, peace, and
Yeah.
staying as
But
far as
there's also energy, but it's not the kind of energy that it's the kind of energy that makes you feel alive.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Mhm.
If I had the manuscript close to me, I'd read just one paragraph, and you'd see how powerful this thing is. It is so powerful. I'd read, the one that thriving in survival mode, and I
Yeah.
developed that, and that is something. And there's one in there with Donna as well
Hmm.
that she inspired. Almost all my friends that I have conversations with,
Yeah.
they'll say something that I say, "Oh my goodness, we need to develop that into. It can be beneficial because if you're
Hmm.
talking, chances are other people
Of
will want to
course.
hear about it. You know,
Yeah.
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 So that's the premise of that whole daily insight stuff,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, and that will be out in August.
August.
September.
Okay.
This September. In September, it's pre-order is going up next week. We're gonna run a
Hmm.
special. We're gonna run a special, and it will be ready to go. It's
Lovely.
the raw manuscript is put together. It's together already. Just reading
Okay.
it 100 times. Imagine it's 66,000 words, so it's a little bit different. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Donna will have some reading to do. You talk about stillness and quietness. So you read because one little distraction, you have to start over because you missed the mistake.
Yeah.
You missed the mistake. Yeah. So we have some reading to do, and we'll get that done
Hmm.
and get this thing out because very excited about it. The content is so powerful, and just like it's a personal odyssey,
Right.
find purpose. So we all know what those words mean.
And it's good that you can compile this, because like I said earlier, it's not just for us. Somebody's gonna need it. Somebody's
Mhm,
gonna need a line or two or a paragraph or a chapter. Somebody's gonna be like at a place where they need some kind of information,
mhm,
and they're gonna know that you're not the only person experiencing this, and these are people who have been there that are sharing these experiences with you. So it's really amazing to be able to put together this collection of books,
mhm,
collection of wisdom and knowledge just to share with other
mhm,
people.
mhm. And the good thing about it, it's us doing it, right? So it's wisdom
Hmm.
gathered from different, perspectives and point of view.
Yeah.
And just like with A Collision with Purpose, your story, as I was just reading it, it was a whole different story from the one I read it before. Different meaning,
Wow.
different
Yeah.
meaning, different meaning,
Hmm.
different meaning. So your mood and where you are determines what you receive
Yeah.
from it as well.
Yeah.
So I am very, I mean, very, very proud of this book and all of the books so far. I don't know if you had a chance to look at Unearthing You.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
that's a piece of work right there.
Hmm.
No, that's a book that is a whole different ball game. That's the thing that will really bring you out of you.
Hmm.
That book, Unearthing You, and again, that was a collaborative effort. Donna, myself, my two daughters, we all work on that together.
Yeah.
So, we do the team thing around here, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
We do it.
Yeah. With all the little birds on the branch. That's us.
It's a puzzle, right?
Yeah.
We all,
Everybody has a purpose in that whole in the whole compilation of. Yeah.
uh, that one perspective, one approach is just not good enough. It's not a one size fit all type of thing around
No.
here.
No.
Yeah,
No.
we like the different perspectives, and yeah. So
Mhm.
good stuff. Good stuff. Look at the time, Donna. We're over time. And
Oh
it's,
yeah.
what I like about this show, we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're
yeah,
gelling. We're
yeah.
gelling. Yeah.
Yeah. We're having a nice chat.
It always happens where like you look and the time is it's like an hour. You're like,
It's
whoa,
almost 2 hours.
it goes by so fast.
Yeah, we have a bonfire talk. I want to. Someone asked me, text me to play this one again, so I want to play the book song that Donna did.
Okay.
So let's play the book song. Let's get it from the beginning. For whatever reason. Now, let me fix the problem here. Donna, you can talk while I'm lining it up.
Oh, okay. While you're
Yeah,
getting that going.
Hmm.
a little bit of issue there.
So Romaine, let me ask you, when were you always into the arts when you were in school as a child?
Yes. Always. Always. I don't know. It was later on in life that I learned that my dad had pretty good artistic abilities. He could draw really well.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to make a choice between the arts and something else in teaching, and he just kind of forgot about it. But um, I think I may have adopted his traits.
Mm-hmm.
And so he never, because he didn't get to do it, he didn't stop me from doing it.
From doing it. Okay.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, was pretty, he was pretty well rounded. Um, he was pretty philosophical. He was pretty, I mean, just the way how he processed things. And I think I learned how to process information and then transform it in a way that people can understand. I think I learned that from him. Just to break down something that might be complex and
Mm-hmm.
present it in a way that, the average person can just, that's what it
Comprehend.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I
And I've
guess it.
always wanted to do it.
I guess it helped that your dad was a teacher, huh? Was he a teacher, or your mom was a teacher?
Both my parents were actually teachers.
So that did bring some level of communication, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get this thing to play now. Let's see what happened this time around. Anyway, technical difficulties everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, we'll do it another time. How about that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep. We'll have many more opportunities here. All right, so way over time. We at some point, we have to wrap up a good thing, but the opportunity is always here to come back on and have some
Of
more
course. Yeah.
bonfire conversation.
Yeah. Next time we just each have a glass of wine or a cup of tea or something.
That works.
Bill
That
of
works.
vibe.
That works for me. That works for me. In fact, we'll organize that. How about that?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Organize that. We'll organize that. Right, Donna?
Tea and
Yep.
art.
Yeah. In fact, you just gave us an idea on how we can really tweak our program
Yes,
into
man.
coffee, tea, wine, whatever
Yeah.
is the order of the day, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And that will fit right into your idea, Don, of that unearthing new business that you're going to put together.
Mm-hmm.
Can start it right here.
Mhm.
Sounds good. So all
So
good must come to an
now we
end.
can have Romaine's work. Look here. See, and you talk about the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle.
Yes.
And again, talk about perspectives and ideas coming from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's that's how it works, best at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how do we end this out, Donna? Any parting final words?
Well, I would definitely like to say, Romaine, it was definitely a pleasure meeting you,
Thank
and
you.
so happy that you took the time to grace us this evening. I know
It
that we
was
took
my
away
pleasure.
from your masterpieces, your work, your concentration. I know we definitely took you away from that. But I'm very grateful for that you were
Mhm.
able to, find us important enough to
There's no taking away.
step
There's
away
only
from
adding
your
to.
work. So I definitely appreciate that, and definitely look forward to having you back with us. And
Yes.
hopefully our audience, we thank you for joining us. I know that we ran over a little bit on time, but like always, all our conversations are just so fulfilling, and so much knowledge that you receive. And I'm sure that somewhere along the line, you picked up something that you're going
Yes.
to find where it's going to
Always.
help you through your day or your life.
Yes.
So,
Always. Always.
nevertheless, yes, we appreciate you joining us. And without further ado, Doc.
Well,
Take
let's
us.
say, Romaine, do you want to add anything before you go?
Um, I don't know. Stay true to yourself. It
Hmm.
sounds very simple, but it's actually something that's pretty difficult to do because I think we were having a conversation earlier about the social mask that we wear.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when we go home, we don't remember to take off that social mask. And so we kind of lose ourselves to the social mask, not remembering who we actually are. So I am saying, stay true to yourself.
That mirror is so powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you
Right.
accept what you see in there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it might not be the most pleasant. It might not be what you want to see.
Yeah.
But the starting point is to acknowledge who's in there,
Mm-hmm.
what you're seeing. You must, right? So it's that type
Yeah.
of reflection, introspection that is necessary.
Yeah.
Don't shy away from saying, this is me today,
Mm-hmm.
not exactly where I'd like to be,
Yeah.
but I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what I want to say is look in the mirror, acknowledge who is there. If you're not okay with it, with who's there, then do something about it.
Sure.
So, Romaine, we really appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We're just so happy to have you here, and we're looking forward to have you back
Yes.
again, as Donna said. And next time we will have the the tea or whatever. We'll definitely have that. But truly appreciate it. And Donna, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back. And it's good to have you
Thank
back.
you so much. Thank you so much, Doc and Donna, for having me this evening. I really appreciate it.
Likewise. So we're gonna go out with our theme song here. And this song is all about a collision with purpose, done by Ty Swayze. And we're gonna go out with this one. What's that song? I love that song. What's that?
Only a dog.
All right, I love it. All right, let's go out with Ty Swayze.
Locked in my decision to have a collision